What's going on, y'all? I am coming back to y'all today with another Turo video. My car has been down for about a week because it was getting repaired. Someone had broken into the window while out on its last trip. It was actually one of those 3-month trips that I have come to not like because Turo gives such huge discounts that it puts the car out for such a low rental. I usually put the car out for about maybe 45, 47 a day. Depends on how I feel, it depends on how it is. And basically when I did the math, the car was being rented out for $15 a day for that 3-month rental with the Turo 3-month discount included. That math just wasn't mathing for business, and that just didn't make sense to me. So now the window is now repaired. It's not OEM, but it's a window, and I mean, don't really need to put that much into this business car. I don't really have that much of attachment to this car, so I am not really caring what type of window goes on there. As long as it's a window in there that keeps the dirt and rain out, I don't really care. What happened was that it was out on a rental. Renter probably held the car for about a month and a half. They went to like a really upscale place nearby in Washington, D.C., and it had gotten broken into. Apparently they didn't steal anything, so it was like, hey, well, cool for you, bad for me. You're going to have to pay me my money because you owe me money now because the car is broken into. And if you didn't have insurance, then that's going to be bad for you too. After a little bit of going back and forth with the guest and telling him that it's his fault because he thought that because he wasn't the one that broke the car or didn't damage the car, he thought it wasn't his fault. I told him that it was because it happened while out on his possession. That right there is enough to basically mean that it is basically his fault, as any other standard rental company would do, because if this happened while with a car such as Avis or Enterprise, they would claim it's your fault regardless because the damage happened while it was in your possession. My advice to all renters, take care of the car and watch it when you park it because it don't matter who did it. And then the renter seemed to have the nerve to tell me to work with the police and find the person who did it to make them pay for it, as if I'm going to find that person who did it. And I just could not believe that. Now the car is back in my hands. It's going out on a trip. The person is flying into the airport tomorrow. Drop off or check-in time or drop off time for the car is 7:30. And so I'm going to get this car ready. I always get my cars prepared as soon as possible, especially with the inside. I always do the outside last because the outside gets the dirty first, and it's going to rain tomorrow. This will be the first time the car has been washed in my possession in about a month and a half or so, maybe almost 2 months. So let's get that ready and get that to go now. First, let me check my surrounding because it is nighttime, and you never know who's watching this. Hey, let's get this car ready. A few things we got to do. I don't know what the renter did, but they must have been hard on the brakes because compared to how this rim looks, it's clean-ish. I mean, I do know that more braking force is applied to the front than the back, but this is kind of the worst I've seen it. I don't know if it's because they had it for a month or not. That's a lot. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean up the car. I have some iron decontaminant spray that I'm going to use on the rims, and I'm going to spray that on there before I apply that to the car wash. Also, I will show you some screenshots of the damage that the car had. The window was fully broken, as well as the inside. I forgot to get it because I don't think my mind was in the right place when the car came back. I probably forgot my camera or whatever. But I did get it coming off the tow truck when it was coming back to me because it did have to be towed when the damage happened. As soon as I found out about the damage, I was like, yeah, tow it back because, I mean, honestly, I didn't want to be inside of that 3-month discount with Turo and then have the car rent out for $15 a day. It just wasn't worth it for me for business. And when you're operating the business at like basically beyond a 50% discount, there's almost no way you can continue or operate a business like that at 50% discount. That's steep. So I did get footage of me catching the car coming off the tow truck. Another thing with Turo is that because I have a tracker on the car got picked up around like say 10:53 at night. That part's cool, but When it got picked up, it didn't come back to me until about 2 hours later, and I do not live far from the drop location. The renter even told me as to when the car actually got picked up. I'm sitting here trying to figure out, okay, why is it taking so long to get back to me? And it just turns out the tow truck had the car sitting in its tow lot, and I don't know why. I asked the tow truck driver when he got here, and he was like, he had other cars to do.
Yeah, asking me how more working, my man.
Huh? I'm like, okay, but what about my car? In order for you to even do those other cars, you have to still put down my car if it's already on the tow truck. It just didn't make sense to me. So, and mind you, I was also supposed to be leaving out the country in about the next hour or so. So I was really on crunch time. Here we are, getting this back together again. I'm going to clean this car off, clean the rims, clean everything, spray some of the stuff on. I have rubber mats, so I'm going to get those cleaned up on the mat holder. I really like to power wash the car this way off, and I'm going to get it vacuumed. So let's get it together. I think it turns the rims purple from the reaction when it's working. So let's see how that goes. Also, for my overseas trip, or whatever you want to call it, out of country trip, I really want to see if this Mexican peso works inside this machine. I'm really curious to see. Got some 500 pesos, Colombian pesos, and I want to know if this is going to work. So let's test this out. I mean, they're about the same size. Let's see if it works. No, it is not, but actually I think I got a free token. All right, let's try this one. I think this might be an actual Mexican peso. One's from Mexico, one's from Colombia. Nope, did not work. I guess it knows its tokens. All right, let's put the real tokens in here. Starting to turn purple, so it's working. All right, what's going on, guys? So, a little bit of a trip modification. The guest actually meant to put today as their drop-off time. And so, I'm just trying to get out to the airport. I'm about 3 minutes away from the airport now. Just updating the situation. I'm going to try and get off this phone so I can safely drive and get out to this airport. The guest is cool. They're not in a rush. Probably said they're going to get some coffee and check some emails. Works out for me. They put the wrong reservation or check-in time anyway, so it's not my fault. And I'm just gonna just carry out the known process. I mean, because it's not my fault. What can I do? So, with that being said, I am going to put this camera down so I can free my hand up so I can continue driving this car.
Hi, thank you for calling Turo support. This is Camila speaking. How can I help you today?
Hey Camila, so I'm at the airport right now with a guest who paid for delivery, but she just realized that she left her physical driver's license on the plane that she was just on. She's showing me a digital version of her driver's license on her phone. Am I still allowed to give her the car?
Well, that's really up to you. You can rent the car out at your own discretion. If you're comfortable with it, you can go ahead and proceed.
Wait, so just to confirm, you're saying that I can rent it out at my own discretion even though she doesn't have her physical license?
I understand. In that case, you can cancel the trip if you are not comfortable.
Right, but the thing is that according to Turo's terms and conditions, I believe I'm required to take a photo of the physical driver's license, or at least like have a copy of the physical driver's license and selfie with the driver's license showing at check-in. And if I don't do that, that means my trip isn't covered under the Turo protection insurance. That's not something I want to risk.
All right, I'll process the cancellation since this was an unforeseen issue. We won't charge the guest a cancellation fee.
I mean, yeah, I think that's the best thing to do. which is to cancel it. Let's go ahead and cancel it. But at the same time, I've been sitting in this airport for like an hour waiting for the guests to get themselves together and everything, and they haven't come through. So I'm pretty sure I have to pay for parking now and everything. So I think that cancellation fee should still apply.
Oh, okay. I understand. In that case, I'll go ahead and apply the cancellation fee.
We should be good. We should be fine. I guess that's just the nature of what happens when a guest doesn't bring their documentation or ID.
Yes.
So.
Although it's unforeseen event, but then again, it's their accountability to keep their personal document in a safe place, you know, so that they don't lose it anywhere. And I don't understand your sentiments regarding to it, and the amount from the cancellation fee will be directed to your host earnings, okay?
Okay. Awesome.
All right. Thank you so much for contacting us today, and again, nice to meet you, and have a great day.
Thank you.
Have a safe trip going home.
Yeah. Hey, thank you.
On a 1 to 5 scale, 5 being the best rating, please rate the experience you had with your representative today.
5. So let me give you a rundown what just happened. I'm not sure because the camera cut off, so I'm going to try to cover myself as to where I think it cut off at. So the guest booked the car for what was originally set at tomorrow when they told me that they meant to book the car for today. I said, okay, that's fine. I can accommodate. And I was already cleaning the car up already. I got everything fixed up as far as the reservation goes. So Turo helped me fix it. They fixed it themselves. I accepted the change. And then I started heading out to the airport. I get to the airport and doing my check-in photo. They said, no rush. That's fine. They're going to go get some coffee, get some food, check some emails and stuff. I said, okay, that's cool, because that gives me time to check in. This guest has about 9 trips. Their rating was 5 stars. As I'm doing my check-in photos, I realized that they haven't sent a driver's license yet, at least on the app. I messaged them and I let them know, hey, make sure you send your license on the app, otherwise I cannot release the car. I can't let the car go. They send me their digital driver's license ID. For those who may not know what that is, I believe it may be 3 states in the United States, as far as I know, which is Maryland and Colorado, which allow you to use a digital driver's ID for verification at places such as like liquor stores, possibly clubs, and they accept this. Even if you get pulled over, you can pull out your digital driver's license, give it to a police officer, and they accept that. But what we don't accept on Turo is a digital driver's license. And let me tell you why I wouldn't accept it either, because whether or not it's a real ID or not, or with its proper verification, everything like that, anything that is digital can be fake, can be manipulated or whatever. And I get it, there's probably certain ways that you cannot do this. I understand that, but there is really nothing allowing me to be able to, like, say, verify that driver's license with, like, say, a hologram or a star. In the United States, we have real IDs, but if you have like a star or some type of hologram or something that is hard to do on a fake ID, I think that portion exists on a digital driver's ID. I don't know for sure because I don't use them. I don't think there's anything stopping as far as the verification goes to say, if you were to like make a video of that digital ID, maybe twist it around or flip it around or whatever, there's nothing to say that that may not be a hologram. But long story short, Turo does not accept digital IDs. She was not able to provide me a selfie of her ID. Long story shorter is that she left her wallet on the plane, I guess within an hour or so, because her plane had landed maybe 30 minutes prior at the time. The plane had taken off already. And once you get off the plane, I guess federally speaking, you are not allowed to re-enter that plane again. So she was not able to provide me a physical ID driver's license card. After that dog and pony show of me kind of jumping back and forth for her and calling Turo to like verify this and coordinate this with her, she finally says, you know, hey, I left my wallet on the plane, and if I buy extra insurance from Turo, can I go ahead and get the car? I'm like, no, because Turo's not going to cover me, so I have to protect me, myself, and my car, and that's the main thing I'm going to be looking out for is me and my car. Funnily enough, as I'm on the phone with Turo customer support, Turo was like, I can allow this at my own discrepancy. But I'm like, no, I don't want to allow that at my own discrepancy if you're not going to cover me for not following directions, because if you do not follow directions on Turo, they're not going to cover you, which is totally understandable. So you have to watch out and read the terms and conditions and stuff, because apparently even Turo will tell you just anything. I don't know who they're hiring at Turo, and I don't know what experience they have. They will tell you anything, and they will just allow anything. And I am not going to allow myself to be at risk if that car went out, got in an accident, or got damage caused to it. Because if I allowed that guest to rent the car, I would be at fault and Turo would not cover me. So with that being said, they canceled the reservation. Funnily enough, I guess Turo tried to be nice to her and not charge her any cancellation fees. At the same time, I had been sitting in the airport economy parking lot for almost an hour waiting for her to come through or find her wallet and stuff. I thought she was still finding her wallet. And Turo tried to really come and tell me that they're not gonna charge her a cancellation fee. I'm like, no, you're gonna have to charge her something, because I have been sitting in this lot for about an hour, and I'm surely have been charged something for sitting in this lot for an hour. I can't be getting charged for my time, my gas, because I had to put gas in the car. I had to wash the car and everything, thinking that this is going to be a good to go rental. Like, no, y'all gonna pay me my cancellation fee, because there's no way I can just like let this go. End of the day, this was originally supposed to be like a $226 rental, so I had to have Turo cancel it, and they canceled it due to no documentation. The lady's probably still sitting at the airport at this time, because she probably won't be able to rent a car at all from either a standard rental car place without an ID. And so Turo paid me, I believe, 75% of whatever based on my cancellation fee. And so they ended up paying me about $90 or so to get out the airport parking lot. It was $19. I'm like, yeah, y'all better pay me something, because I didn't just do this for nothing. I'm just wasting my time and gas for really nothing. And I really put forth a lot of effort trying to accommodate her, even say last minute, even though I just so happened to have the car ready. Well then, everything will always work out, but it's good to know that it worked out for me enough, because I put gas in the car is washed, the car is clean, like a car ready to be for sale. So I'm gonna just put this car at home and park it for the day. Just gotta take what you can get and just milk it for what you can. All right guys, peace out. It's probably gonna be it for the night, because that's probably the end of the day for today. All right guys, see you.